What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I am Killuaboom, your coach of the NJ Go Dangos, and we are here with week 4 of PDD. So, starting off with the video, I'm just gonna explain what you guys are seeing right now on the screen. So we are playing our good friend Shadow Stitch, really good battler. He is top of the division, I believe 3-0. He's in first place, really good battler, has a scary team. He has a sand team, and we have a sun team. But as you see here on the screen, we are going on his side this week. So when I actually did my battle, I didn't notice that I didn't hit start recording, and yeah, so everything that I did for that battle was not being recorded, and I didn't notice until the end of the game when I was gonna hit stop recording that it never even started. So that's why we're here right now, and thanks to Shadow Stitch to pass me his side of the battle, because if not, I would have been pretty much screwed here because I didn't have my battle. But yeah, so I'm re-recording this and I'm doing this post-com. So I'm sorry guys, I really don't like doing post-com too much, especially like other side of the battle, because I want you guys to always hear my live thoughts and everything like that. And yeah, but this is what we're gonna have to do this week. I'm gonna try to speed through this as fast as we can. And yeah, so I'm just putting my little avatar on his face cam because he does have a face cam. But thank you again to Shadow Stitch for letting me use his footage. And yeah, I'm gonna try to remember the turns and everything that happens. It's a really good fight, so I can't wait to. I already watched his I watched his side of the battle just because I was very interested to see how he was doing his side of the battle. But I'm just gonna let you guys know what he has on his team, and obviously you can see what he already brought. But I just want to say I'm not gonna go into detail of my team because I think Shadow Stitch is someone that we can definitely play against in playoffs. So yeah, I'm not gonna go too deep into that. So you know, we keep a little bit of our sets hidden because I brought some nice sets this week. So what he can bring, what he has on his side, is Salazzle, Serperior, Zapdos, Excadrill, Como, Milotic, Gardevoir, Orform, Tyranitar, and the Dunsparce. So what he ends up bringing is pretty much the 6 that I thought he was gonna bring. He brought Zapdos, he brought Excadrill, Tyranitar, Orform, Milotic, and Gardevoir, which is pretty much what I thought he was gonna bring. Como was maybe, you know, he could have possibly brought Como, and but yeah, like the Dunsparce was a little annoying, but I really thought he was gonna bring TERA or Form, which is his TERA. I think it was Steel, Ghost, and I don't remember the last one, but he ends up being TERA Ghost, so you guys just know that. And what I brought is Torkoal, Walking Wake, Gouging Fire, Quagsire, BANETTE, which we did actually pick up last week. We picked up BANETTE. I had 1 point left on my team, and I still had, I think, like 3 points of TERA. And the way our TERAs work is depending on what TERA types you pick, that's how much the price goes up the month. So we ended up picking up TERA Ghost, which is free because it's its typing, and then we picked up Poison and Bug, which is 1 point each, and we had 3 TERA points left. So BANETTE's 1 point, and then the TERA Poison and Bug made it up to 3 points, and that used up the rest of our points for the TERA and our 1 point left. And I think it's a steal, but that's really good. The homie Onesie of course knows that, and I told him, yo, I low-key think I'm gonna pick up BANETTE, and then it actually looked good this week. I didn't even know, I just picked it up because I was like, why not, it's cool, I don't have a ghost type, and it actually looked really good this week, so we ended up bringing it. And then we have Rillaboom. So yeah, starting off with the lead, I'm pretty sure I ended up going Walking Wake. Walking Wake was a good lead. I think we were Choice Scarf, I don't exactly remember, but I think we were Choice Scarf, and it was just a good lead because if he led Earthworm, then he would probably switch out. If he led Excadrill, then we can again flip turn or just click for damage. If he led T-Tar, same thing. And if he led Gardevoir, then we're Choice Scarf. I do believe we're Choice Scarf, and we were able to flip turn out of there. So yeah, let's start going with this, and we're gonna see that he actually ends up leading with, drum roll, well, that's me, that's my Mizuki. He ends up leading with my Milotic. So I think what I do here is I just flip turn out, I felt like there was no reason to do anything other than that. And I did put this at 2x speed, so I'm gonna try to speak as much as I can through the turn. If I feel like the turn is going too fast, I'm just gonna pause it. Okay, guys. So we go into a Rillaboom. Rillaboom's a defensive Rillaboom this week. I believe we have Covert Cloak, so we don't get burned by Scald. And yeah, Milotic is here. Obviously, he's gonna switch out. He ends up going for a Lauren Voice. We take that with ease. And now he goes into his Rocky Helmet Zapdos. And we're gonna U-turn out, risking the static, but I felt like I'd rather have Covert Cloak and not get burned and not have protective pads and get paralyzed, because at least with the paralyze, it's not too bad. But I think what he does here, I didn't see what he clicked, but I think it was U-turn. But we go into our Quagsire. We have our special defensive Quagsire with Unaware. We have Rocks, High Horsepower, Toxic, and Recover. And I believe here I just go for the Spikes. He goes into his Gardevoir, which I was really hoping was not Specs, because Specs Gardevoir was just extremely scary against my team. It ends up being Scarf, so I should stay in and recover, I believe. Maybe I went for High Horsepower, I'm not 100% sure, but I do think I went for High Horsepower. I told myself I need to get some damage on this thing, because then Rillaboom can kill it off with Grassy Glide at some point. But he ends up being Scarf, and we easily live that, especially with Grassy Terrain and Leftovers. So Quagsire, once again, our MVP of last week, if you guys did not see. Make sure you check it out, because Quagsire ended up getting 6 kills last week. So our top killer right now, but it's doing some work. It set up Spikes, which is really good for the team. And I think, yeah, I hit Recover here. We have 1 layer of Spikes. I think here that he went into Earthworm. I think that I actually ended up going for another layer of Spikes. And we're gonna see he goes for Rocks. So that's a good turn on his side, because my Gouging Fire is not Boots. And my things like Rillaboom and Torkoal take a decent amount of health from Rocks. So, but I put up my second layer of Spikes because that really helps out the team. We already have a very offensive team, so it's good if the checks are coming into into Spikes. So that's 2 layers. I go Torkoal, he goes Body Press. That's a really good chunk. And this time he goes for what's it called? Iron Defense. And I believe I go for Yawn here. I wanted to put this thing to sleep because Earthworm was really scary against my team. It was kind of hard to take out once it terra'd, and we do see that it terras here. I didn't have too much besides like Walking Wake to really be able to beat this thing 1v1. So I wanted to try to put it to sleep so it can switch out, but he ends up actually going for the Body Press and it kills our Torkoal. So yeah, so our weather is gone, and as you guys already see through the battle, this is a weather war. Yes, T-Tar and Excadrill, and then I have my Walking Wake, Gouging Fire, and Torkoal. So we lose Torkoal, but it wasn't too big of a deal that we lost Torkoal. I'm gonna pause right here, just because I felt like the team that I had was not too actually relying on Sun. I brought it because with Sun it's really good to break, and if I saw a chance in the end game with either Walking Wake or Gouging Fire, I could set up Sun and either choice lock myself with Walking Wake or set up with Gouging Fire. So I didn't feel like losing Sun was too bad, because I have a lot of other things like BANETTE, Rillaboom, to be able to do some damage to the team, and I just knew something would be able to finish off the game even if I lost Torkoal. I thought putting Earthworm to sleep was much more important, because this thing was very hard to take out for my team unless I'm in front of it with Walking Wake or BANETTE. But if it already has an Iron Defense, it just becomes very difficult. So now this thing went to sleep because he did stay in. I go into my Mizuki, my Walking Wake, and I believe I just click Hydro Steam here. So I think he goes into his Milotic. It looks like he was debating maybe going into Gardevoir in case I click Draco Meteor, but I just went for the safe Hydro Steam. Do some decent damage because we do have 2 layers of Spikes and we are under Sun, so that's pretty nice. Here he goes for Recover, and I end up going into my Rillaboom. Yeah, my Rillaboom. So Rillaboom's getting a little bit of chip, which is, you know, it's not too good. But at least we get Grassy Terrain. which is pretty nice. So he went for the recover. I'm in my Killuaboom. I think I do a double here because I didn't want to take any more helmet chip or risk the static. I just knew Melodic was too important for him because it can take on my Walking Wake, and without it my Walking Wake kind of goes crazy. So I double into Quagsire so I can get another layer of spikes up. We pretty much beat Zapdos pretty easily. If he decided to Hurricane, we can just Toxic, but I believe here I just go for my last layer of spikes. So we'll see. Yeah, he goes into T-Tar to get rid of my Sun. I cannot get up my Sun anymore, and I will be able to get my last layer of spikes up, which is really huge because the only way he can spin it away is with Excadrill, and he'll either be wasting a turn of Sand or just risking not getting a big damage output if he does try to Rapid Spin. So here I think he clicked Dragon Tail here, no, knockoff. So he knocks off our leftovers. We go for high horsepower to get some chip on this because with our Banette, if we get T-Tar to a certain amount of health at +2, we are able to kill with Terra Ghost Poltergeist. So that's always pretty nice. Banette is looking really good here because T-Tar is pretty weak. We go into our Killuaboom, and he does a really nice play with Dragon Tail, keeping our Killuaboom weakened, taking rocks, and not being able to get some health back from grassy terrain. Our Quagsire comes back in, looking derpy as always, the MVP. And we take another layer of rocks. We don't have leftovers anymore because he did knock them off, and we're not getting grassy terrain, so it's getting a bit weakened. But here I feel like I don't need to recover. I feel like damage on T-Tar or whatever wants to come in is always better, just because if we get T-Tar super low, that's his Sand very close to going away, and that's Banette also being able to 100% kill the T-Tar. But so we click high horsepower, he brings the Gardevoir and we kill it, which is amazing because Gardevoir is such a big threat to our team. He was trying to do an offensive switch there for sure, so I don't blame him for that. I think it's actually a pretty good play, but I didn't want to risk the recover. I felt like I need damage. I gotta make sure I weaken this team, especially with 3 layers of spikes up. So I ended up just going for the high horsepower. Here comes Excadrill, extremely scary threat, one of my favorite mons in Pokemon. And it fails to KO us because we did see he was boots, and we do huge damage with high horsepower, which pretty much makes Excadrill not scary anymore because our Killuaboom can grassy glide and pretty easily just be able to kill T-Tar, to kill Drill, and to kill Milotic. So Killuaboom once again looking extremely good in the end game. We go into our Mizuki as he kills our Quagsire with Rapid Spin, and we lose our spikes. I believe here I should go for Flip Turn. Yeah, we go for Flip Turn as he goes into his Milotic. Let me see, what do we go into here? I think here we go into Banette. I think this is the time we start to plan for Banette. I was thinking if I can get an SD up, Scald might be able to 2-hit KO us, but we can at least get a big chunk of damage onto Milotic, which is a big threat because if we weaken this thing, then we'll be able to do a lot of damage with a Walking Wake and Gouging Fire. So he goes for the Scald. I get lucky and I don't get burned, and I get Cursed Body. Because I get Cursed Body, I can actually live an Ice Beam or whatever else he has, a Alluring Voice. We live all of that, so I'm able to just click Poltergeist here, which is awesome. He ends up sacking his Earthworm because it's asleep. It's not going to do much more, which is awesome too because Earthworm was very annoying to take down, and we'll be able to kill it here. I was just doing a few calcs, making sure that Ice Beam and Alluring Voice doesn't kill my Banette from this turn. But I'm very happy I chose Cursed Body. I was about to go Frisk, but then I ended up going Cursed Body because I was like, maybe it might help me in the game, and then it really did help. That was a big part to help in the game. But we click Poltergeist and we completely wipe out this Earthworm. And yeah, we killed the thing. And then Banette already doing some work, getting a kill, and in comes T-Tar, and depending on its investment, we are able to kill it because we do have Spell Tag, which makes our Ghost moves that much stronger. He ends up switching into Zapdos, and I heard his part of the commentary. He thought I was going to go for a fighting move. That's why he went into Zapdos. But no, I'm just going to spam Ghost moves because this thing is just really strong. And I don't think Banette even learns a fighting move. But we go for that, and we're able to kill Zapdos. So now this Banette picking up 2 kills, killing Earthworm and killing Zapdos, which is just crazy. 2 bulky monsters dropping from 1 hit. Banette is definitely a threat to to not like forget about. And then we go for sneak here and just do massive amount of damage, and our Banette goes down, putting in the finest work, killing 2 mons, 2 very important mons, because our Rillaboom now looks extremely scary and it could just finish off the game, because the Banette killed Zapdos and it killed Earthworm, which is another thing that was annoying, because it's just a Pokemon that my team struggles to break. And it did over half to Melodic, so killing 2 mons and doing over half to all his walls it's just set up the game perfectly for Rillaboom and Gouging Fire and so on. I think here I go into Gouging Fire. I think I was just doing some calcs, but I ended up going to Gouging Fire because after a Dragon Dance we're able to kill this. If he recovers, then we get a free Dragon Dance, and 2 skill shots would 100% be able to kill this. And after a Dragon Dance and 1 skill shot, we're able to outspeed Excadrill, and we should just be able to finish off the game, I think. I think T-Tar, I don't remember what moves I have on it. I know obviously I have Dragon Dance, Scale Shot, and Heat Crash. I don't know if the last move I put was Earthquake or Flare Blitz. I think it might have been Flare Blitz. But we go for Scale Shot here, and we miss, which really sucks because now we're gonna take an Alluring Voice. We would have possibly killed if we got 5 Scale Shot hits. We are loaded dice. We would have possibly killed Melodic, we would have been +2, and it would have been very scary for his team, and Gouging Fire could have picked up 3 kills there, but instead we miss, and we don't get the 5th hit with loading with Scale Shot loaded dice, which really sucks. But I ended up going for Heat Crash here. We did hit one of our Scale Shots. We get Melodic really low, and I should go Heat Crash here to try to finish it off because I did not want to miss another Scale Shot. So yeah, that's why I went for Heat Crash, and we don't do too much damage to T-Tar because T-Tar is also very heavy. Even though we are +1, T-Tar resists and it's very heavy and it's bulky, so we don't do too much damage. But I do click Scale Shot here as I believe he sacks off his Melodic, and that's Gouging Fire being able to pick up a kill against Melodic, and we are gonna end up dying to Sandstorm because we only have a little bit of health left, but at least Gouging Fire I got a kill. I just want this thing to get more kills. It's really been the rest of my team getting all the kills. It's not even like Gouging Fire just dies or something. It's just the rest of my team, Rillaboom, Quagsire, they've been getting all the kills from Gouging Fire. But here, just to end off the game, I go into Rillaboom. We do have the Grassy Glide, and with the combination of Grassy Terrain, we're able to finish off the game. So Rillaboom is gonna kill Excadrill here, and then all he has left is T-Tar, and we 100% outspeed the T-Tar. And even with Sand and Rocks, Rillaboom was still looking pretty healthy. So here we're gonna go for the Wood Hammer just to make sure we kill, which Grassy Glide would have killed, but just in case, you never know. Maybe he had a Rindo Berry or something. But that is GG's to Shadow Stitch. A really good game. I really enjoyed that game. Banette really went off, which was the plan. I'm really excited about that. We did get lucky with no burn and getting the Curse Body. And but overall, Banette just put in a lot of pressure. My team's very offensive, and yeah, I really enjoy my team a lot. A lot of times I don't spend too much time building with this team. I tend to build it pretty quickly because I just feel like a lot of things just click when I build this team. And yeah, it's a really fun team. I'm really liking it, and now we are 3-1. I think we're +7, something like that. I think we're +7, so we're looking pretty good into playoffs, and hopefully we can snag 2 more wins so we can really secure playoffs for the NJ Go Dangles and PDD Season 2. So I hope you guys did enjoy. We're making a lot of our lower tier mons do a lot of work. Like I said last week, Quagsire got all 6 kills, which is just crazy. This week, Banette getting like 2.5, putting in a lot of pressure. Yeah, I've been trying to learn how to use these lower tier mons. I feel like my team is extremely scary. That I said this last week, my team is pretty scary, like it's very offensive. So people prep for like Gouging Fire, Gambit, Rillaboom, Walking Wake, Halucha, TERA Espeon, and TERA Victory Bell, and then they don't put as much prep into like things like Quagsire, Banette. So yeah, overall really good match. I hope you guys did enjoy. We do go into next week 3-1, and hopefully we can secure a win next week too. But I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure you leave a like for 1ZR Banette. And yeah, I'll see you all next week. Peace.